What's going on, boys and girls? JDK back for another episode of NHL SuperCard. This week, NHL SuperCard is having a Road to the Cup. They're honoring the 2007 Stanley Cup champions, the Anaheim Ducks. Now, this Getzlaf is the reward this week. Brian Getzlaf Flashback Star Card, and they're offering a Pro. But as you can see, I have not yet made any progress on them. I'm not sure it's possible for me to actually get this card. I still haven't even gotten to Corey Perry yet. I'm probably going to finish Zibanejad later tonight, but that's about as far as I think I'm going to be able to go. Tomorrow, I'm not sure how much I can grind. I got things to do. I'm starting a new job. The good news is I only work Sunday through Thursday, so I still have the 4-day weekend open for grinding NHL SuperCard. So that's the good news. So I haven't been able to get as much done with this Road to the Cup as I wanted it to. I probably could have gotten this Corey Perry if I had a little more time. If maybe I purchased some hot streaks or I purchased game nights. I'm going to try to get the Corey Perry. Not sure I can actually get there. I'll play a game or two of Road to the Cup here in a second. But I became the champion of yet another star season. So that means 2 star player rewards. Let's go get them now. First, a quick shout out to Hosen Kaka. I recognized his name from Endurance. He was one of the guys in the top 50. I can't remember if he was top 25 or not, but he was in the top 50. So I knew Hosen Kaka had the event card John Scott Pro. He didn't actually play the John Scott Pro. He explained that he was sick and didn't quite have the time and energy to pro out the Scott card before entering this particular season, which is good news for me because that's essentially my trump card to guarantee me at least 1 period every single game. And as far as I can tell, at least from the season chat, we were the only 2 humans in this season. I was the 2nd seed. I maybe could have been first if I was a little more diligent about my energy, but knowing that essentially that there were only 2 humans, I didn't care too much about where I placed, especially since I knew I had a pretty good deck that would take me to the playoffs anyway. I had clean sweeps until, of course, I got those in Kaka. Game 1, he actually took it because he decided to use his boosts, and that gave him a slight edge. I'm not sure if actually he needed the boosts in this particular game, but it certainly didn't hurt him. So the second game, I decided to use my own boosts, and I took all 3 periods. Third game, once again I decided to use my boosts to counter his boosts, and I took 2 out of 3 periods. Now here's where it got interesting. So I'm up 2 games to 1. Game 4, I didn't use my boosts. He didn't use his boost. He took that game. The only period I won was the John Scott card. Game 5, I decided to turn my boosts on again. He still won. So I really needed to win Game 6, of course, to stay in it because I was down 3 games to 2 at this point. We both use our boosts, and I take this one with the critical matchup, I think being Patrick Sharp being matched up against PK Subban. So, into Game 7 we go. Once again, he takes a period off of me, but John Scott, in the end, would be the difference maker. We both had boosts on, but I took it in 7 games. It was pretty crazy. I was a little worried there for a second that after being up 2 games to 1, Hosen Kaka would take it, but good games to him, and congratulations for getting 2nd place. But once again, this is now back to back that I have been the champion of the season I've played. I've been having a pretty good run. Of course, being champion means we get to claim 2 random star card players. As you can see to the sidebar here, I picked up a Ryan O'Reilly off the board. So that's my very first star card player off the board. The other 2 star cards that I have, of course, is that Support and John Scott. So the chances of getting a Ryan O'Reilly Pro, not that good, but it's always fun to find out what's in the box. First card, Jordan Eberle. He's been quite the beneficiary of Connor McDavid's return in Edmonton. He's been playing a lot better, and of course, who wouldn't be playing a lot better when you're playing alongside the phenom Connor McDavid. Second card, we got Radim Vrbata, another right winger. Okay, 2 right wingers. I think they're both 3 slots. So our star card collection grows just a little more. Both right wing snipers. So actually, now that I look at their stats a little bit, focus, tied, playmaking clearly goes to Eberle. Eberle slightly edges out Vrbata in stick handling, but Vrbata destroys Eberle in skating. So this is hard to judge exactly which one's the best. On the face of it, I would say Vrbata might be slightly stronger just because his skating is so much better, but it's a pretty close call. Happy to have those cards. So here is my road to the Cup deck. It could actually be a lot better once I level up those right wingers. I'm just not going to do that for now because this deck should be good enough to at least get the Corey Perry. Because currently I have Luke Robitaille and Jokinen out of position there. The other out of position player will be Patrick Sharp playing in D. I just have those guys in there because they were my best cards. Basically, you have all my pros out here in this lineup. These are my best goalies, period. A single Luongo, a Lattery Ward, Corey Crawford, a Jonathan Quick, and the epic Ben Bishop. But it's still a fine deck, and hopefully by the next Road to the Cup, as long as I am able to find the time to grind, I should hopefully get the next event cards. It really pains me inside that I'm not going to be able to get these Getzlavs. Kind of pains me not to get the Corey Perry, to be honest, but you know, not much I can do about it. One thing, I'll be honest, I don't like Road to the Cup that much. I actually like Endurance a lot more, and what I don't get is how people would complain that Endurance is a strictly pay-to-win mode when it's really not, right? Because I got into the top 25 without paying, so I don't believe it is. You cannot do well in Road to the Cup unless your deck is ridiculous. And the only way to really have a ridiculous deck, of course, is sinking either a tremendous amount of time or a decent amount of money. Period. And I'm not talking about packs, of course. I'm talking about buying hot streaks. Because there is a certain point, unlike all the other events, where if you just put your heart and mind to embrace the grind, you could still get those cards no matter how good your cards are. As long as you're willing to put in the effort, you can get the top rewards without paying any money. In Road to the Cup, there is a cap. There is a wall. There's a certain point where if your deck's not good enough, that's the end of the road for you. You cannot progress any further. That's one of the things I really dislike about Road to the Cup. And the only way to compensate for your bad deck is to purchase extra game nights. And even if you have a bad deck, purchasing extra game nights, purchasing hot streaks, they really don't do anything for you at all. They really don't. You need to have good cards. You know, it's not a mode that I'm particularly fond of, to be honest. I think I don't know. I wish there was a way to tweak Road to the Cup a little more. Eventually, I'm going to get to a point where my deck should be good enough where as long as I have the time and the energy to grind, I should be able to get the event cards. But so far, that has not been the case. And we have 8 picks. Okay, whoa, I didn't even know I had 1 pick remaining. Please tell me it's a good card. Kyle Palmieri. No. No, 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 no. What are we getting here? Let's play one more game. So, I've been looking for some other games to play and put on this channel. Specifically other mobile games. I know that Topps the trading card company. They have something similar to NHL SuperCard, where it's a bit more collector based. It's a bit more fantasy sports based, where the stats of the cards are tied in to their real life performance. There's a baseball version, there's a football version, and a soccer version. The baseball version is called Topps Bunt, and I was thinking about maybe getting into that as we are approaching spring training here any day now. But that still remains to be seen, because I want to keep things fresh on this channel. Can't be NHL SuperCard forever. You know, I gotta mix things up to keep things interesting and fun and entertaining for you guys. I still don't know how exactly those Topps games work, so it'll be fun just trying to figure out exactly what the best, you know, strategies are, or the techniques, tactics, what have you. I'm still at a point here in Road to the Cup where I could essentially play anything in any order and I'll still get the win. I'm no longer getting shutouts, but I still get fairly comfortable wins. So let me know down in the comment section below if there are any other games that you are interested in watching me play. And Martin Jones, let's go to the next reset. Hopefully I get a good reset. I've actually been counting my resets recently. I don't usually count my resets, but I decided to just, you know, give it a try, see if, you know, exactly how many resets it'll actually take me to get to a particular pull. I should be picking these supports, and I should be picking them really in any order, because they're all team supports, so I'm gonna be using them eventually anyway. Even if I don't have a focus support, might as well just use it. And don't tell me I'm getting shut out in this period. Alright, that didn't. Maybe I should have paid attention to that period. I haven't gone into a period trailing quite yet, but I always play my weakest cards first. Okay, there we go. We get a win. Get back on track. You only need to get 6 total wins, or 6 points, rather. So, John Scott clearly gonna win that. I've heard that bots also have the John Scott card. I do have 2 legendary pros, so I should be able to get 2 wins regardless of which order I pick this stuff in. I'm going to put a link down in the description below. I am Penguin. Figured out apparently a way to kind of play around. To kind of play around the way that the AI behaves in Road to the Cup, because apparently once you get into the Ryan Getzlaf tier of Road to the Cup, it starts getting pretty difficult and insane with how the AI handles which cards are chosen in your lines. I'm going to put the link in the description for that video down below. He'll explain that a little more in depth. I'm not quite there yet. We should still get the tie. We do. It's pretty interesting. I am Penguin. He's really, he really knows his stuff when it comes to SuperCard. Not just NHL, but really all the SuperCard games. He's helped me out plenty, and I appreciate his help for sure. We've reached the card limit. Alright, let me train away some cards real quick. Another +7. Zibanejad is, I mean, an epic card is still nice. It's not particularly useful for me at the moment, but they're still not, they're not totally useless, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I was really excited to pull that Ryan O'Reilly. I didn't know how long it would take exactly to get my next star pull. Speaking of the reset counter I was talking about earlier, I'm around 99, 900, something like that. I don't have the numbers right in front of me. and I'm hoping I can get the next star pull before 200. That would be fairly ideal. I know recently in NBA SuperCard Cat Daddy, I think it's Cat Daddy still develops NBA SuperCard. Some of you may know that there was a big debacle with All-Star packs being free for a very short amount of time. There was some mishap on Cat Daddy's part, and the packs were being offered for free, and a lot of people, of course, took advantage of that and totally broke the game. I don't really mean broke it in a malicious way, but the whole metagame of the game was now kind of cheapened, especially for the people that actually bought those All-Star packs with real money. It's not exactly fair to them that people got as many packs as they wanted, essentially for free. I can understand why players would be quite upset with that, their cards being taken away, but at the end of the day, it wasn't supposed to happen. Technically, you know, you didn't actually spend money, or you didn't even have to work hard or grind for your cards. If you grinded for those cards and they got taken away, well, that's one thing, but I mean, I don't see it as being too big of a deal all around that the cards were taken away. You might disagree. I don't, but it is what it is. So let that be a warning to any NHL SuperCard players in case something like that ever happens for NHL SuperCard. Of course, you might as well try to get the packs if you can, but don't be surprised if they get taken away in the end. So that'll be the end of the episode. Since I'm not going to be getting the Get Slapped Pros, I'll probably be making another episode at the end of sometime next week, at the beginning of Rivals Clash. I think Rivals Clash will be next, and I will see you guys then. Take care.